In this video, I want to talk about a huge misconception in the spirituality and manifestation space. It's this idea that you always have to be high vibe to attract what you want. It's this idea that if you ever feel down, tired, or uninspired, that you're somehow blocking your blessings and blocking your desired reality from coming to you. But here's the truth. You don't need to be high vibe 24/7. And in fact, constantly chasing that state can actually drain you and lead to spiritual burnout. So in today's video, I'm going to show you why it's okay to honor your energy, how to balance your emotions, and how to stay aligned without forcing positivity. Because the key to manifesting isn't faking happiness all the time. It's all about authenticity. So first, let's talk about why constantly chasing high vibrations can actually do, at times, more harm than good. So first, there's a tendency to suppress emotions instead of feeling and healing them. So many people, I find, fall into the trap of thinking that they have to stay positive no matter what. But what happens when you suppress these emotions instead of processing them? They don't disappear, they build up and just build up and grow and grow. And true healing happens when you allow emotions to move through you, not when you force yourself to ignore them. Now, I'm not saying that we should spend all day in our emotions without also working to be in a high vibration and feel good about life and have gratitude. All I'm saying is there's a time and a place for processing these things and doing the inner work so that the negative emotions and all those things don't pile up inside. Also, these emotional cycles are natural. Like everything in life moves in cycles. So the seasons change, the moon has phases, and your own body operates on rhythms of activity and rest. So we're not meant to be in this high vibe mode all the time. And again, I want to clarify here, I'm not saying that we should totally get lost in our emotions for the majority of the day, but what I'm saying is, again, there's a time and place to process them. And then once we have and we've done some of that inner work or shadow work, then we come back to feeling our reality as though it's already here. But there's definitely a time and place to deal with this stuff. And also when it comes to manifestation really works through alignment. I mean, what we're doing is aligning with our desired reality and leveling our frequency up to match it. So you don't manifest by pretending to be happy and suppressing any negative emotions or grief or issues that you have. You manifest by being in that desired reality right now. And then as things come up, you deal with them. You deal with them in the present moment, whether that's a negative emotion or a negative event in your life. But we deal with it, we process it, and then ideally we move on. So now I want to briefly talk about how to honor your energy without losing alignment. So first, recognize that rest is productive. Sometimes we just need some time off, especially on a spiritual journey. So we've been conditioned to think that rest is somehow equal to laziness. But in reality, rest is essential. Some of the highest performers that I know, they have incredibly detailed self-care routines, diet, exercise, different bodywork things. They'll do oxygen treatments and see different holistic care doctors. I mean, giving your body and your mind and your soul that time to recharge and taking care of all those things is really essential. Also, we want to allow and process emotions instead of resisting them. So instead of forcing yourself to snap out of that low energy, try sitting with it for a while. Try sitting with the energy and feeling it and ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? What is the lesson for me here? Because sometimes feeling tired or uninspired is your body's way of saying that, hey, we need a break. We need some time to just rest and deal with some of the stuff before we get going again. And also shift from this high vibe to an authentic vibe. And what I mean by that is it's not about being happy necessarily all the time, but it's about being present with where you are and honoring that. And you can still connect. You can still connect with other people. You can still attract abundance while resting, while reflecting, or even feeling down. That's normal. But it's about trusting this process and not suppressing those emotions, but instead dealing with them as they come up. So here are a few things you can do. One is just create space for those low energy days. I'm lucky with having my own business that I have a lot of flexibility. So yesterday, I actually just went to the beach like for about an hour, like in the afternoon, went to the beach, and that was just so relaxing and recharging for me. And I'm lucky that my schedule allows for that flexibility. But create space for yourself where you can get out in nature, you can have time for yourself, and you can just sort of, disconnect for a little bit and recharge. Also, redefine what alignment means for you. Alignment doesn't mean being like high vibe all the time. It means being present with where you are and trusting the process. So learn to honor your energy, learn to honor your energy levels, and tap into your intuition and your emotions. And what are they telling you? What is the work that you have to do? Or what are the lessons you're meant to learn from whatever difficulty you're going through? And also, if you're feeling off, try some different grounding practices. Like I mentioned, getting out in nature, but try meditation, breathing exercises, or just again, going out for a walk, going to the beach, being out in nature, and give yourself some time to process. Because grounding ourselves in this way brings us back into our body and the present moment without the pressure to force ourselves to be happy. So if you've been feeling tired, exhausted, or just unmotivated or low energy, give yourself permission when necessary to rest and recharge. You're not blocking anything, you're simply recharging yourself. So what's one way that you've learned to honor your energy and recharge in these kinds of situations? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.